to look and see how this mechanically, how this thing works.
Those are made out of lipstick cases.
This is a little compilation of some places that we've stopped and people that we've met and things that we've done over the years. I hope you enjoy this as much as I do. Some of the pictures bring back a lot of memories. Some of the people bring back some crazy stories. And on this little journey, you'll get to see some of the cool things that I've gotten to see over the last few years. This guy here, up by Dallas is all I can say. When we went into his 2-story condo, ceiling to floor, every wall was covered with kits. Every one of them. There was 2 places to sit down, the toilet and the bed. He was a very unique individual. And here's a little video of him.
So he taught his industrial arts class how to make these. They made them, and then he advertised them in the back of like one of the flying magazines, and they were inundated by orders, especially like it was like a month or 2 before Lindbergh's flight. After Lindbergh's flight, they couldn't make them fast enough.
And the guy's name was who?
Bertram Pond, B-E-R-T-R-U-M.
And it was in Peru, Illinois.
Yeah. Indiana, Peru, Indiana.
Indiana, in 1929.
Yeah.
And you have to be real careful about how much
positive pressure, and these go up to 150 psi.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You have to be real careful.
To about 40.
You have to be real careful how much you put in it too, huh?
Yeah.
I guess.
That's okay. It'll be fine.
To look and see how this mechanically, how this thing works.
Those are made out of lipstick cases. Made those out of lipstick cases.
Yeah, or they could be shell casings. Because see, we used to make our slot car frames out of this stuff. Yeah.
Right, out of brass. You would solder.
So I grew up with the smell of solder in my nose hairs.
I know,
and when I solder, it brings back my childhood, you know.
Because these get. I'm not going to put a whole 150 in this. I'm going to put about 40 if I can get it out of this pump.
Man, 20's fine. I just want to see it turn because it's going to make a cool sound. I bet.
Yeah, what do you feel the torque from this? The torque that gets generated from.
So
this.
what size plane would they fly?
Approximately 50, 60 inch wingspan.
50, 60 inch, like the old powerhouse.
I'll show you a picture.
Right?
I'll show you a picture of one. No, completely different. That powerhouse was like light years ahead of the design of this plane.
I could tell you stories for hours about this guy. This particular cylinder would slide into a pre-made ARF, and it was the engine and the fuselage at the same time. He also had a bunch of literature from the German youth flying control line pulse jets. Just amazing stuff.
The Hoosier Whirlwind compressed air motor.
Yeah.
Man, that is just amazing. The cylinder during soldering.
Okay, that's probably enough to show you what's going on. Okay. You got that little cap?
I do, right here.
Thank you, sir. Here's the valve right here. Okay, so ready? Feel the torque. You got to feel it with your fingers.
Done. That is just.
And this goes 150 psi.
Oh man, it's just so cool.
Now, by trade, he's a rocket engineer, and he knows more about the government than I do. His one laptop that he had there had black tape across the camera. The material that this thing was made out of was so paper thin, and the pressure from the air, I guess, really is kind of what kept it from crushing. But this thing was just a piece of history, totally amazing, and we were really blessed to be able to see it firsthand.
I think it's the way the center shaft has a capture hole, and the way the compressed air goes in. So I'm gonna,
Okay. I think collectively this man probably had somewhere between 6,000 and 7,000 brand new kits in his two-story condo. It was a museum of sorts, and we were blessed to see it. And the next deal we're coming on, it was here a little bit more recent, and we went to this gentleman's house to buy a bunch of boat stuff, RC boat engines and stuff. You'll see some of those pictures come up. But when we got there, we were surprised when we saw he had like a museum of his own rights there, and it was truly amazing. Take a look.
Phosphor PT boat. There's another Jupiter, this 40-inch version. Up there at the top.
How far do you have to go on it?
It's done.
Is it?
They're all done. It's over here.
Okay.
They're out,
What's that there that you got, that bird?
that's the Super Buccaneer.
Is it really?
The one behind you too. That's the electric version. I put the motor back and it crashed once.
I see those every day.
This is the other one there with the
Oh man.
Weber 61 black head on it.
Wow. I've had a few of them things come through. That thing's a handful to fly, that thing. Little Stearman. We just
I haven't
sold.
flown that yet, but I'm going to put a 90 brushless in it and take out that 80.
Yeah, it's a handful. It'll fly nice, but it's a handful.
That's what I did to the V-Sport. It didn't come with that motor.
Oh, guy's quick, huh?
It's badass on 3 cells.
Yeah.
I mean, it's badass. Got a brushless in it.
See this? I want to make a point here that the RC hobby is more of interest than the video hobby. So while I'm in here, I did turn the camera on, but I really wasn't focused on taking video. We don't use anybody's names here. You'll hear Larry's name, but that's about all you're going to get out of us while we're here visiting him, because we don't want anybody hassling him, of course. Stearman up here.
Yeah.
We sold one of them to a boy over in New Mexico, and it's going to be in a movie. We're going to use it for one of the props. They're actually looking for another one. They want to crash. They have to have one to crash, and they've got a full scale as well.
I see.
But man, that's just a gorgeous airplane, man. I mean, I've always liked that airplane.
There's a Delaware Sportster right next to it. 7-foot version. There's a 130-inch version up here. Not finished. See? Look over here. See that big wing?
Oh, okay.
And there's a fuselage to it right there.
You got your work cut out for you.
Yeah.
Mr. Larry knows more about the airplane hobby than I'll ever know, and no matter how many years I live. And his skill was truly amazing.
So over here I got that hanging
Lazy
Cub.
Ace.
And then I got Lazy Ace. I just put a 110 electric in it and run 2 4-cell 5000s in it. And then I got my Taylor Craftsman Hanger 9. Look around the corner, I got my Beast. Oh yeah, I have a few cars. Kyosho go-kart. Handmade that Jeep 4-wheel drive, 4-wheel steering.
He can tell you the specs on every plane that he has in there. I don't know how he remembers everything. And a lot of his stuff was handmade, scratch built, just totally amazing. The Beast!
That's the small one. Well, I've got the little one. Then Roy's Hobby has a big one hanging up.
It's a nice plane, man.
That flies beautiful.
It does. It does.
Let's go back the other way. So
There was always a different direction to go in this house. Any hall, any room, it was all full.
I don't know if you're going to say the House of Balls, the kit there. Somebody gave that. Somebody started it and it was screwed up, and I got my hands on it and redid it. Did all the cockpits and instrument panels, etc. This is a VK Cherokee.
Man,
I got a chaos in the closet.
I just keep seeing more and more stuff.
Yeah, the longer you stand, the more you see.
It's the way our shop is.
I know. I'm sure that's the case. So this is
a awesome plane builder, but he was also a builder of RC sailboats that were gorgeous, all sizes, all shapes, all styles.
the head of the shop. This is where most of the stuff is.
Oh, so you got the whole floor.
Well, yeah. Well, see, my wife said when we found this house that she wanted to build a house that she didn't have to go upstairs.
Yeah.
Everything she needs is downstairs.
Oh, well, you don't have to. You're not invaded by the country wife, huh?
Nah, she didn't do stairs very well these days. She didn't like to come upstairs.
Now, Larry was also into building power boats, and his collection of those were amazing, and so was the detail. Planes are so pretty.
I started building in '69, I started flying in '70. So I've been doing monocoat ever since then.
Yeah, you're good with it, man. And there's not a lot of people that are real good with it. That old school plane up there, it's got like that there. There's so many different compound curves and everything. Trying to get that coating, that film to go around.
Master.
Yeah, I
How
haven't
many
seen
people
that
got
one.
2 of them? Not many. I bought that off a hobby shop ceiling about 20 years ago. It was so perfect, I just had to have it. It's been hanging ever since.
I want you to look at the boats coming up, these big airboats. They are made about 4.5, 5 foot long. What's up with the airboat there, brother?
These are Warehouse Hobby swamp buggies. Warehouse Hobby. I used to have a 44cc Tartan twin in it. You could drive it on the grass.
Yeah, I bet.
I haven't run it with a 5-to-1 ratio Astroflat motor, but I think I'm just going to put a brushless in it, like a 110 brushless, so I can drive it on the soccer field. Well,
Those look like a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's other boats.
Now, he kept amazing me. Even in his garage, he had a hot rod. It was a rice burner, a little 4-cylinder turbocharged thing that was just crazy fast.
And there's a Thermic 50. Oh yeah, I hadn't looked in that. Well, that's the hallway. Oh. Turn the light off. Let me go ahead and.
That moth's a nice kit too.
So somebody gave me this. It's a BT-60. It's a old Pat Triddle kit or design. And I got where I can drop a parachute from. I got a servo on here with a pin and put a rubber band around it, and I can drop a parachute guy out of it. I got a jet pilot in
Looking
it.
at you.
And this is
You got some skills there, Mr.
This
Larry.
is a 7-foot. What do you call it?
Quaker?
Yeah, it's Quaker. There's a 55-inch version turning out there. You look up to see the red and yellow one there.
Yes, sir.
And this is still a pigeon I built from RCM plans here. It's
I've seen some beautiful collections in my day, and I think this one here was probably right in the top 2.
The door opens up. The window opens up so you put the battery in.
Got some nice sailplanes too, man.
Yeah, I've got it.
That's a good flying model there.
Oh, that's aerobatic as heck. That thing is gold.
Yes, sir.
And a couple antiques.
This guy's covering skills were like none other when it comes to monocoque. And you wouldn't even know all this stuff is up here.
No. I don't advertise it.
No, it's best. Man, look at that old Craftsman drill press, man.
My dad's.
Jeez.
My grandma, his mom bought it for him for Christmas one year.
This thing's like brand new.
And so I use it all the time. And make his own way to crank the table up. He's a machinist guy, so he can do that kind of stuff.
Well, that's one thing we all struggle with, trying to fight. That's fantastic. And it's real simple.
He built that, that little
I might have to plagiarize that idea there.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyway, I do old boat.
What we're looking at there is where he's took bicycle parts to make a hand crank to lift the drill table up and down. It was just real simplistic in design and just kind of neat. You know, you see all these neat things when you go through, and the tools all tell a story, as do all the models. And when you're blessed enough to get to meet a person like this and get to go through his collection and just listen to the enjoyment that fills his heart when they talk about all the years of modeling that they've done, and they're sharing it with you. This is Perry, Georgia. When we went a couple of years ago, this camper a guy had built on his car. It was one of the strangest looking camper cars I've ever seen, probably the only one. Perry is like the mecca for RC hobby. 3 massive buildings that you could probably get a couple of football fields in each. And it took us 2 days to get to the first building. The place is huge, and it's just, I was awestruck through the whole thing.
Hey man, I got 2 of those right there. I need to turn around. How you doing, brother? Blessed and favored, sir.
The swap meets that we visit, not only like in Perry, Georgia, but even here in Texas, Garden Ridge, Georgetown, San Antonio, the new one that we've got going on in Allen, Texas. And because of this COVID stuff, we haven't been able to go see our friends, and we truly miss them. Modeling has done a lot for me, but I got to tell you, the one thing that I enjoy about it most is the people that I meet. Probably some of the most unique individuals walking this planet. Selfless, giving, and just super talented folks. Mike McDougal is one that comes to mind, just a superhuman being, and somebody I consider a good friend now.
That you have to put something up in front of the auction because you got to pee or something, or go home and see Mama, then you best pick it up with the
Jeff's in a rare mood today.
back here in a blue shirt. And he's going to say, I don't think so. Okay, so wait for the order. Next guy, let's go. Thank you.
Get him up here, damn it.
Here we go. John Hasselblinker.
Hasselhoff.
Hatson Bueller.
Where is he?
Right here.
You're John?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hatson Bueller.
We have here an apprentice.
Oh, this is,
E-Flight apprentice.
I love this guy.
It sounds like it's, but it doesn't have a name on it. It ought to be feminine anyway. Nothing there. $40, $40, $40. Right? 40 back there. How about 45? 40. How about 45? 40 going once. How about 45? 45. I got. How about 50? 45 in here. 50 going twice. How about 55? 50 3 times sold for $50. Let's see, Mr. John, you sell it. You can't sell it. Here's your ticket. Here's your money. Here's your airplane back.